so cool. So I got a little caught up this morning with the wife and Mackenzie, so a little bit later takeoff than expected. We get on the plane. I think we're screwed, because we're too far late. Pilot looks me right in the eyes. He goes, 50 minutes, we'll get you on the ground.
Wow.
I said, 50 minutes.
Whoa.
50 minutes. I said, I heard hour 30, hour 40. He said, we got go win today. So then we get up in the sky. Okay, we start rolling. It's like by the time Gumpy and I got into like fourth song, maybe fifth song, we're already putting beep, beep, we're going in for landing. It was like 45 minutes.
Oh,
I don't know how.
Shit.
We hopped in a time machine on the plane this morning. And it was like a great setup for the entire weekend, the entire day. Vibes are high. Now, let's talk about what happened last night, AJ. Speaking about vibes being high, if you're Aaron Rodgers and New York Jets, boy, what a relief that second half was, but also what a time for Jets fans to maybe believe again. I mean, whenever you're talking about one of the nastiest catches in the history of football and Garrett Wilson, and I don't have a clue how that was a catch.
Come on.
I still don't fully comprehend.
Nope.
Because in the shin bone connected to the knee bone.
Yeah.
Because if I put my toes down and then my heel comes out of bounds, that's out.
Thank you.
But but shin to knees, whatever the case, I'm happy they counted it, and maybe they did acknowledge this is too filthy. This is just, we got to call this. Can we call this a touchdown? Let's call this a touchdown. This is sick, obviously. So insane. Great body control, if you count that as being in. The catch is absurd. The throw is awesome. Just so much greatness there around that particular play. But what Garrett did, what Devontae did, Breece Hall, Aaron making checks, the defense smothering C.J. Stroud. All of a sudden, if you're a Jets fan, you can find reason to think we can go on a run again, AJ. I legitimately believe that. Devontae goes into the locker room for a concussion protocol. I didn't know that happened. I thought he go into the tent. He goes in the locker room, 20 minutes, comes back, scores a touchdown. Okay. They were booing and chanting, sell the team in the first half. And by the end of it, they were chanting cayenne pepper. This fan base has been obviously on a roller coaster. Last night was no different. But if you're a Jets fan this morning, let's go, AJ. I think they can do it. Why not? We got a lot of season left.
Yeah, I know Aaron will be with us here around 1:10 today, but yeah, right here, Jets fans have to feel great about Devontae here. Aaron looks out, he sees Devontae most likely in a one-on-one situation. Here we go, absolutely. The touchdown kind of ceiling throw right here. But you're right, going back to Garrett Wilson's catch, though, Pat. So what is it? One shin bone equals what? One shin bone is like 2 feet?
Yeah, it's like a knee.
Is it forearm?
Knee, elbow.
No, I think forearm counts as 2. I think an ass counts as 2.
Yep.
But I think the shin only counts as 1. But so I think it was foot shin counted as 2.
Okay.
Yeah. If it was
same
foot,
same leg.
Shin. That's what's weird. Same foot,
same leg.
Shin. That's what kind of threw me.
Yeah, but if it was 2 foots, that's not 2 feet.
Are they going to change it, though?
One shin.
Are they going to change the 2 foots so it's 2 foots you're in? 2 of the same
They
one?
have to. I mean, Jason Kelce at halftime nailed it on Monday night. He was like, so hypothetically, guy catches a ball, hops one-legged for 5 yards because it can't get the other leg down for whatever. That was never a catch. What do we?
Yeah.
How do we kind of, maybe it's 3 hops on 1 foot equals 2 feet? I don't know.
Come on.
That should get clarified. And it seemingly never ends with these catches on what's a catch, what's not a catch. These rules are so ticky-tack, like what's real, what's not. I'm happy that was called a catch because it's legendary. And I'm happy Garrett Wilson got to have that night that he had last night on primetime. Because if you go back all the way to the beginning of his career, this guy's always potentially been a lightning rod. Always had a chance to be great. Was great with a bunch of quarterbacks that, I don't even think we can list them all that were potentially thrown to him in a building and in a franchise that was kind of completely in disarray. Now he gets Aaron Rodgers for the last 2 years. You think he's going to have breakout. This guy's going to become a superstar. It is taking a little bit, but last night, Garrett Wilson told everybody, it wasn't just the Garrett, A-I-R-it, Wilson catch. It was a no-look ball to a one-handed catch there. He did use the other hand to secure it. Touchdown earlier. It's like, this is what everybody thought the Jets could be, and if you're the Texans, I think you're a bit worried going down the stretch. Can't protect your quarterback.
Nope.
At all.
Aaron and the offense were able to open it up on you in the second half after making some adjustments, and that's why I say AFC South's wide open, baby.
Yeah, that's true.
Home playoff game is wide open right now. C.J. Stroud, a lot of people coming after him, about a sophomore slump and everything. It's like, I think he is letting maybe the pressure get to him. I think he is starting to wonder if he's going to have as much time as he had last year because they can't protect a damn thing over there. They weren't able to do it.
Wasn't it 8 sacks at least?
Yeah, 8 of them.
And then multiple pressures.
Yeah, was there 5 last year or 5 last week for the Colts? It was like, that's a lot of times getting hit on a regular basis, let alone the sacks, all the pressures, people at his feet. feet hitting him. It's like people want to throw, rocks at C.J. Stroud. It's like, I don't think any quarterback would be able to kind of withstand the punishment that he has had to take because this offensive line can't figure it out. And what did A.Q. Shipley, Penn State legend, say the other day, con man? Didn't he say that's like their starting O-line, too? This isn't like injuries or anything. These are their guys not being able to block shit.
Yeah, no injuries. Guys paid. I believe the left tackle and right tackle both paid. Obviously, Tunsil and then Howard. And then they traded for Shaq Mason. He's a top pick from New England, and then I think the other guys as well. It really is one of those things where I don't know if they can't get open on the outside because Tank Dell had a great day, but without Diggs and Nico Collins, it's one of those things where if you are a Texans fan, you've been bit by the injury bug. C.J. Stroud's getting killed. Joe Mixon's great. I mean,
he looked awesome.
They were running the ball real well with the O-line, but when it comes to pass pro, I don't know what the deal is with the Texans, but they're not getting it done. And the Jets found something. They are buzzing over there right now.
Quinnen Williams, I think I said yesterday he's going to have a big day just strictly off of what DeForest Buckner did the week before. And it was like he did.
Game record.
Quinnen had big. Hassan Reddick, 8 pressures or something like that, I think. It's like, welcome to the Jets, Hassan Reddick. And I think, listen, Coach Brick saying all the right things. Aaron's saying all the right things. Everybody's saying all the right things.
Schedule lines up
game.
too, Pat. Schedule kind of lines up well for them.
We checked the history as well. Just a little tidbit.
No, schedule.
A little bit.
Anyways.
Rodgers, when they were 2-6 with the Packers in 2016, to go on that run where they won all those games, they did beat the Texans 21-13. Same exact thing as last night. So just
hashtag stat that.
Hashtag stat that. Hashtag stat that. Look out.
He leaves?
It might start right now. Yeah, this might be. He might have gone back into the darkness and saw the history of what he used to do and what they did do. And this might be the beginning of a long run for these New York Football Jets.
I hope so. That'd be good for Tuesdays. Now, he'll be joining.
Be great for Tuesdays.
For everybody. For him too. He wants to win. They all need to win.
Well, last night he talked about it to the Amazon Nightcap show. What's Nightcap? I think is what they call it.
Yeah, post-game Nightcap.
Yeah.
Ty, I can't believe you have a voice.
Honestly, me neither. If I just talk normal, it's okay. But anytime I try to do anything else, it's a little sore.
Hey, Ty, bravo yesterday, brother.
Unbelievable.
Appreciate it. Thank you. It was a fun show. Yesterday was a lot of fun.
I'm gonna still call it that. I watched that clip. On a plane this morning probably 7 times. Just so I didn't get to watch any of the clips, last night really until late night because go home, do the Halloween thing. We're invested. I lay down. Then I check and open the internet. It's like, okay, now I'm in the middle of some panda. Okay.
Whoa.
Okay,
I had no idea.
What about that?
Didn't see that coming.
Pat, who did you get to print off that fake label for your syrup that you put on Instagram, that Bushmills?
Okay, so with that being said, I checked the internet reaction. I'm like, Jesus Christ, can you do a little bit more research in me, maybe, these people that are going, just a little bit, tiny bit. That would be very nice. And I didn't know that. I genuinely wore that because Connor doesn't believe they're actual animals.
Well,
so that's part of our program in this entire thing. So as I go through the whole night, I don't really get a chance to look back and see what the internet say. It wasn't until later I'm like, holy hell, what's going on here? Your Hulkster stuff. There was probably 3 clips that I cried to last night, late night. Wife trying to fall asleep. I'm giggling, cackling, crying. So I just want to let you know, Ty, I appreciate the hell out of what you did.
Appreciate you guys. Thanks for giving me the platform to do it.
Now, with that being said, I heard Hulkster really liked it too, brother.
He did. It said the only thing missing was a great American beer, which I should have thought of that. That was clearly a miss.
Yeah, Hulkster's certainly trying to plug that beer, get that beer rolling. I hope it moves. And way too political of a time for Terry Bollea to join the show, but we'll certainly hope to get him on. In a few weeks.
After trade deadline, maybe?
After trade deadline, we'll have Terry on in it all. But go back to last night, after watching that game, it's like I could sense that Aaron understands that there's a long road still. When he was talking to Fitz and Tony and Sherm and the boys and Carissa was dressed up like Travis Kelce, and him and Brick obviously get along. That was another push to the chest. We're not hug guys here. Shout out to Salah. I think they were giving paying homage to Salah as opposed to people are saying he's talking shit to Salah. I don't think that's the case at all. No. We'll hear from him at 110. Also, there's a moment with D'Amico after the game that's making its rounds. We'll talk about that at 110 with Aaron and all. But it's like the way he talked was like, we're not worried about the playoffs right now. We're worried about we're worried about right now. We are not. That is too far-fetched right now. We understand the hole we're in. We're going to go work. Coach Brick saying the same exact thing. Now we got to hold on to the ball when we're going to the end zone.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
Wow.
I can't see it anymore.
That was
I can't
Jet.
see it anymore.
That was Jet.
He was though, Pat. Corley. So we talked earlier. Like this, he was genuinely so excited to score a touchdown. It wasn't like, hey, I'm showboating here. I'm going to drop this ball like we've seen in the past. I feel like this was an innocent. It was his first touchdown ever in the NFL. Obviously, still yet to get that after this.
Second ever carry is a rookie. Now, you've made it through football to get to the NFL, so just saying rookie doesn't necessarily excuse you. But keep that ball. You're a rookie. Keep that ball.
Yeah, you're right.
I think that should be like a new rule. Like, keep the ball. We are done with the dropping the ball before we get in the end zone because we're going to just keep the ball. He learns from this, and Aaron talked about this. He said, our goal was to have 28 points. He said, I think we did. He said, we have a little situation at the goal line. So they're in good spirits, but I know that they all know they have a long way to go, AJ. And
yeah,
the NFL starting out with a bang. That first half was horrendous.
Oh,
Boy,
my God.
that was a horrendous display of professional football. But that second half got real good, real quick. Shout out to Thomas Morstead, too. I'd like to give a shout out to Thomas Morstead. He had a 75-yard punt. That was a perfect ball right there, too, to start this entire thing. And there was a lot of shit being talked about him. Coach Belichick brought up, I don't know if you just lob one down in the middle of the field last week. And then yesterday, Chuck Pagano brought it up in his thing. He was like, I don't know if you just punt the ball down the middle of the field. Thomas Morstead heard all of that. He heard the cayenne pepper shots. And he put on a show last night. He was our best player for about 3 quarters. 75-yard punt, perfection, pinning him.
Twice.
It's like, Thomas was drafted the same year as me, 3 rounds ahead of me because he was a much more talented punter, and he taught me how to punt. But him on that cayenne pepper with a little bit of spite, Aaron doing the same thing, feels like that team could be coming together, AJ.
Yeah, it could. On the flip side, though, what about the Texans? I know we talked briefly about them. AQ was he predicted the fact like this offensive line is not playing up to their potential. Like, what do we do now? Like, Ty, okay, you're the Houston Texans. Do you panic? What are we going to do?
I think you have to trade for someone before the trade deadline.
For O-line or where?
Yeah, O-line. I mean, I know, obviously receiver, but like they're going to get Nico Collins back next week, and that should help quite a bit. But